Okay. So I've got this really stiff canvas material. It's going to get covered with the fabric that I made my dress out of. Well, we've got chalk, we've got a ruler, we've got our fabric, we've got our phone. So this is for when you want a bag to go with your outfit if you can't put pockets in it. The dress I just made, I can't put pockets in it because of the weight of the fabric. And adding this, it'll like skew the flow and how nice it looks. So we want the base of our bag to be at least as big as our phone. So when we put our phone in it, it fits inside. So I like to do that by mocking up the phone on all its sides. So I pick like a middle-ish point. I hope this is in the frame. I pick a middle-ish point. I just kind of like lightly trace the phone. Alright, so this is the bottom of the bag. And we want like a clutch situation, but not quite. So this is where it'll fold up on both sides. Okay. So now we need our phone width. And half of this is where it'll fold up to meet these two top halves. Alright. Now, to make sure it fits the whole phone, from the fold, we want it to be able to fit the whole phone in. So we're going to trace the whole phone again. And then I always leave a small margin for sewing, but you can do that after. You can just don't forget to add that seam allowance because some of it will get eaten up when you sew. There, I forgot it right there. So we'll draw it in another color. How about that? So let's draw in a seam allowance here, and we'll draw a seam allowance here. I like this fabric. It's really easy to draw on. Okay. Actually, this is going to be the fold, not this. I don't need, okay. So it folds up here, here, and here. Okay, and that'll be a seam there. That'll be a seam here. You'll have your rectangle bag. And it should be able to fit our phone in it. And still be really low profile, small profile. And if you did want to put loops or a chain or something on it, what you would do is right about here, you would attach loops. Okay. And this could be D-rings. This could be if you could make a loop out of this fabric. I don't think I have any D-rings to use, so I may or may not make some loops out of this fabric. I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to see if the size is what I want, and if it is, then we'll keep going. I have to do these little clips because there's a dull spot in my rotary cutter. I should replace the blade, but I don't want to. 4 yards of fabric. Okay. I have no idea what I bought that to make with. Maybe it was a duffel bag. Did I just cut up my duffel bag material? Oh. Alright. So here, put these away so I don't hurt ourselves. You get some clips. I have clips, I have pins. Kind of depends on your own preference. It should press with an iron, but like, I don't know, fuck the police or something. Alright, this was our fold line. Oh, we're a little off. It's okay. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Okay, so I'm going to do this inside out so we can still see all the lines we made. Alright, so we have all our lines that we made, right? And this is our seam allowance that we're making this on. So you're going to match up your seams. I'm going to just clip them. Oh, just found another squeaker. Okay. And the other side. This might also be where you figure out you're really bad at cutting stuff. Or the fact that I didn't measure anything, and I definitely should have measured and made sure it was all even, but, you know. I'm not too worried about this bag. It needs to last 5 hours. And most of them, it's going to be sitting on the table anyway, because I like to be present in moments. It's for a friend's wedding, and I'm going to actually be mentally present. I'm not going to take that many photos. I'm going to eat and dance and be merry. As long as I kick this cold. Which I should. I have days left. Alright. So this becomes, and again, if you actually pressed it with an iron, this would sit flat, which is the idea, right? You want it to sit flat. And boom, look at that, your bag fits. And you can add a zipper here. You can add a snap, a magnet clasp, whatever you have on hand. You can use a regular button, like a shirt button, and just put a little buttonhole on one side and sew the button on the inside or outside, depending on if you wanted a fold over. There's so many things you could do with this, right? But yeah, the idea is that, you know, you have your phone. You can put your credit card in there. If you don't have one of those like wallet phone cases. You could also make this so that, you know how we cut it in half or in thirds for the fold? If you wanted to do it on this line instead, which was the full width of the phone, you could have your phone sitting flat, alright? And the only difference there is you would have to bring up all your sides a little bit taller as well. That's where the measuring comes in handy. Measure stuff. So this is our rudimentary bag. I'm going to sew it. I'm going to iron it. I'm going to iron it and then I'm going to sew it. And then I'm going to figure out what kind of clasp I want. And then we have here. So remember, this is inside out. Okay? Because I wanted you to be able to see the lines that we drew, right? Our seam allowance. So anywhere in here is where you can sew, right? Between our white and our blue lines for our seam allowance. The only thing is, you want to make that consistent. So ideally, you want to do it on the white. Okay? You want to do it on the white all the way around. I personally like to try and get my seams as close to the edge as possible. Now that's going to depend greatly on the type of fabric you have. Some will tolerate that better than others, and some, if you get too close to the edge, your seams or your thread's just going to fall out as it frays and as it wears. On something like this, on this canvas material, you can kind of get away with anything. This is durable, it's tough, it'll let you do anything. Okay, so that's that. Pretend I've sewn it together. Yeah, so that is how you make a very quick, very down and dirty little clutch bag. I hope that helps someone.